Today, we're diving into a surprising side of the rich and famous. These celebrities have everything, yet they've been caught red-handed stealing. Here's a look at 20 high-profile stars who, despite their wealth, couldn't resist taking what wasn't theirs. Let's get started. 1. Winona Ryder. In December 2001, Winona Ryder, an Academy Award-nominated actress and one of Hollywood's most respected figures, was arrested for shoplifting at Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills. She was caught attempting to steal over $5,000 worth of designer clothes, handbags, and accessories. Security cameras caught Ryder cutting off security tags and concealing the items in her bags. At the time of her arrest, Ryder was at the height of her career, known for her roles in Beetlejuice, Heathers, and Edward Scissorhands. The trial became a media circus, as details emerged that Ryder had also been in possession of prescription medication without a prescription. Ryder was ultimately convicted of felony grand theft and vandalism and was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 480 hours of community service, and ordered to pay $10,000 in fines. The scandal took a toll on her career, and for several years, she retreated from the public eye before making her comeback years later with Stranger Things. 2. Lindsay Lohan. In 2011, Lindsay Lohan was accused of stealing a $2,500 necklace from a jewelry store in Venice, California. At this time, Lohan was no stranger to the tabloids. Once the fresh-faced star of films like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls, she had by then become more well-known for her legal troubles and frequent stints in rehab. The jewelry store's surveillance footage showed Lohan walking out with the necklace. The store filed a police report after she failed to return it. Lohan claimed she was simply borrowing the necklace, but her explanation didn't hold up in court. She was charged with felony theft and later accepted a plea deal that included 120 days in jail and 480 hours of community service. Lohan's ongoing legal troubles affected her career for years to come, marking her as one of the most public celebrity meltdowns of her generation. 3. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes, once a popular child star and the face of Nickelodeon, had her own brush with theft in 2014. Bynes, who was in the midst of a public mental health crisis, was caught attempting to steal a $200 hat from Barney's, New York. The incident occurred while Bynes was shopping in Manhattan. She reportedly walked out of the store without paying for the hat and was stopped by security. Bynes claimed she had forgotten she was wearing the hat, but the incident made headlines nonetheless. Though charges were not filed, the story was part of a series of troubling public moments for Bynes, who had been dealing with personal and legal issues. The once promising star stepped away from Hollywood, and in subsequent years has worked on rebuilding her life and career. 4. Britney Spears. In 2007, Britney Spears was caught on camera stealing a small, seemingly insignificant item, a $200 lighter shaped like a cigarette from a gas station in California. This incident occurred during the height of Spears' well-documented public breakdown. She was seen leaving the store without paying, casually walking away with the lighter in hand. The store decided not to press charges, and Spears returned the lighter after realizing what had happened. But the moment added to the long list of bizarre incidents during that period of her life, including her infamous head-shaving episode and multiple stints in rehab. While Spears didn't face legal consequences for this act, it became a symbol of how far she had fallen from her once dominating pop star status. 5. Farrah Fawcett. In 1970, Charlie's Angels star Farrah Fawcett was arrested for stealing clothes from a Santa Monica boutique. At the time, Fawcett was just beginning her rise to fame, and the items she stole were only valued at $14. While the incident didn't make major waves in the media at the time, It was a notable footnote in her early career. Fawcett quietly paid the fine, and the incident was largely forgotten as her career took off in the years following. While her shoplifting scandal didn't follow her like it did with some other stars, it stands as one of the earliest cases of a celebrity being caught in a shoplifting controversy. 6. Megan Fox. Megan Fox, the star of Transformers and one of Hollywood's leading actresses, has openly admitted to being banned from Walmart for life. As a teenager, Fox was caught shoplifting makeup from the retail giant. Although the total value of the stolen goods was never publicly disclosed, she admitted in interviews that she had stolen cosmetics from the store. Fox didn't face any serious legal repercussions, but Walmart reportedly issued a lifetime ban. Though this story is more of a quirky confession rather than a full-on scandal, it nonetheless reveals that even rising stars have had their brushes with theft in their youth. Fox later reflected on the incident as a foolish mistake from her teenage years. 7. Shelly Morrison. Shelly Morrison, best known for her role as Rosario on Will and Grace, was arrested in 2003 for attempting to steal $446 worth of jewelry from a Robinson's May department store in Los Angeles. Morrison, who was in her 60s at the time, was spotted by store security concealing jewelry in her bag. The incident was a surprise to fans of the beloved actress, who had built a reputation as a wholesome and dependable figure in Hollywood. She was initially charged with felony theft, but the charges were later reduced to a misdemeanor. Morrison eventually paid a fine, and as part of her sentence, was required to attend counseling. The event was quietly resolved, and Morrison continued her career without further incidents. 8. Axel Rose. In 1989, Guns N' Roses frontman Axel Rose was arrested for stealing jewelry valued at $8,000 from a store in Los Angeles. Known for his wild and unpredictable behavior, Rose's arrest didn't come as a shock to fans who had followed his rebellious rock star persona. Rose was charged with theft and later pleaded no contest to avoid jail time. Instead of serving time behind bars, he was sentenced to community service and placed on probation for 2 years. Despite the incident, Rose continued to enjoy immense success with Guns N' Roses, though his reputation as a bad boy of rock and roll only grew with stories like this. 9. Kesha. Kesha, the pop singer known for hits like TikTok, found herself embroiled in a shoplifting scandal in 2012. She was accused of stealing a $1,700 mink coat from the House of Bijan, an upscale boutique in Beverly Hills. According to reports, Kesha took the coat without paying for it, although the details surrounding the incident remain murky. Ultimately, no charges were filed against her, and the coat was returned. However, the story did raise eyebrows and added a brief moment of controversy to her growing career. Kesha later joked about the incident, dismissing it as a misunderstanding, but it served as a reminder that even pop stars aren't immune to making mistakes. 10. Ling. In 2008, actress Ling was arrested for shoplifting 2 magazines and a pack of batteries from an airport gift shop at Los Angeles International Airport. The total value of the stolen items was only $16, but Ling's arrest made headlines due to her status as a Hollywood actress. Ling later blamed the incident on emotional distress, claiming that she had just broken up with her boyfriend and was not in her right state of mind. She was booked for petty theft, but avoided serious legal consequences after paying a small fine. The incident was relatively minor, but it added an unusual chapter to her career as an actress in both Chinese and American cinema. 11. Stephanie Pratt. Stephanie Pratt, the reality TV star from The Hills and later Made in Chelsea, had her brush with the law in 2006 when she was arrested for shoplifting $1,300 worth of merchandise from a Neiman Marcus store in Honolulu. At the time, Pratt was visiting Hawaii, but her actions led to serious consequences. Security caught her with a bag filled with stolen designer clothing and accessories. Pratt later claimed that her shoplifting was linked to her battle with drug addiction, which she was struggling with at the time. She was charged with felony theft, but avoided jail time by paying a fine and agreeing to attend drug rehabilitation. In interviews following the incident, Pratt has spoken openly about her past and how getting arrested ultimately helped her turn her life around. Her story, while shocking, is one of redemption, as she worked to overcome her personal demons and rebuild her career in reality television. 12. Ezra Miller. In August 2022, actor Ezra Miller, best known for their roles in The Flash and Fantastic Beasts, was charged with felony burglary in Vermont. Miller was accused of breaking into a private home and stealing bottles of alcohol while the homeowners were away. This wasn't the first time Miller had found themselves in legal trouble, as they had already faced numerous controversies, including arrests for disorderly conduct. The total value of the stolen alcohol wasn't disclosed, but the burglary charges were serious. Miller eventually avoided jail time by agreeing to a plea deal, which allowed them to serve probation and pay a fine. This incident only added to Miller's increasingly tumultuous public image, leading to speculation about their future in Hollywood and whether the actor's legal troubles would jeopardize their career in major franchises. 13. Nick Stahl. In 2015, actor Nick Stahl, best known for his role as John Connor in Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, was arrested for stealing $50 worth of products from a convenience store in Los Angeles. The surveillance footage captured Stahl attempting to walk out of the store with various small items, including snacks and household goods, without paying. Stahl had been struggling with addiction issues for years, and this petty theft was seen as another low point in his troubled career. He was charged with petty theft, but avoided jail time by agreeing to attend counseling and pay a small fine. The incident was a minor legal infraction, but it reflected Stahl's ongoing battle with substance abuse, which had already led to several other arrests. Since then, Stahl has reportedly worked on his recovery and has slowly re-entered the acting world. 14. Yasmin Ble. Yasmin Ble, known for her role as Caroline Holden on Baywatch, was caught shoplifting in 2001. She attempted to steal around $300 worth of beauty products from a Detroit department store. At the time, Ble had been struggling with substance abuse, and her behavior was erratic, leading to her eventual arrest for the incident. Ble was charged with theft, but avoided jail time by agreeing to probation and community service. In later years, she disappeared from the spotlight, largely retreating from Hollywood to focus on her personal life and recovery. While the incident didn't lead to major consequences, it was a reflection of the personal challenges she was facing during that time in her life. 15. Richard Madeley. British television presenter Richard Madeley, known for hosting shows like This Morning and Richard and Judy, found himself in a surprising legal situation in 1994 when he was arrested for stealing wine worth $350 from a Tesco supermarket. Madeley claimed it was all a misunderstanding, stating that he had simply forgotten to pay for the bottles while doing his grocery shopping. Despite his insistence that it was an honest mistake, Madeley was charged with theft and had to appear in court. After a high-profile trial, he was acquitted of all charges when the court accepted his explanation that he had left the store with the items unintentionally. The incident became a well-known story in the UK media, but Madeley managed to move past it and maintain his successful broadcasting career. 16. Peaches Gelof. Peaches Gelof, the daughter of musician Bob Gelof, and a British socialite made headlines in 2011 when she was caught shoplifting makeup worth $70 from a Boots store in London. The incident shocked many, as Gelof came from a wealthy and privileged background. According to reports, she took the makeup items without paying and left the store, but was soon identified by security footage. Despite the store's policy, Gelof wasn't formally charged, but she was banned from Boots stores in the UK. The media jumped on the story, with many wondering why someone as rich as Gelof would steal such inexpensive items. Tragically, Gelof died in 2014 from a heroin overdose, and her shoplifting scandal remains a small but notable footnote in her troubled life. 17. Kim Richards. Kim Richards, former child actress and star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, was arrested in 2015 for shoplifting over $600 worth of items from a Target store in Los Angeles. The items ranged from toys to cosmetics and housewares, but Richards didn't pay for any of them when she walked out of the store. Richards, who had been battling substance abuse issues for years, was charged with petty theft. She later pled no contest and was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 30 days of community labor, and 52 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. This shoplifting incident added to her list of personal and legal struggles, a prominent theme on The Real Housewives. While Richards has since sought treatment, the incident was a stark reminder of her ongoing battles with addiction. 18. Tila Tequila. In 2012, reality TV star Tila Tequila, known for her wild persona on A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila, found herself in trouble after being caught stealing a pair of designer sunglasses from an airport shop in Houston, Texas. The sunglasses were valued at $150, and security footage showed Tequila walking out of the store wearing them without paying. Tequila claimed that it was an honest mistake, but the store pressed charges. She later paid a fine and avoided further legal trouble. The incident barely made a dent in Tequila's career, which had already been marked by numerous controversies. However, it served as another example of how reality TV stars often find themselves caught up in scandal, both on and off camera. 19. Courtney Love. In 2010, Courtney Love, the rock star and widow of Kurt Cobain, was accused of stealing $1,000 worth of designer clothing from a friend's house. According to reports, Love took several items of clothing, shoes, and jewelry while visiting a friend without their permission. The friend eventually confronted Love, and the items were returned. Love's history of legal troubles and erratic behavior meant that this incident wasn't entirely out of character. She avoided formal charges by returning the stolen goods and apologizing. While the scandal didn't have a lasting impact on her career, it added to the chaotic image that had long surrounded Love, whose life has been punctuated by legal battles, substance abuse issues, and other public controversies. 20. Scott Disick. Scott Disick, best known for his appearances on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, found himself embroiled in a shoplifting scandal in 2013 when he was caught stealing a $500 bottle of champagne from a nightclub in Las Vegas. Disick, who was heavily intoxicated at the time, reportedly took the bottle from the club's VIP section without paying for it and tried to leave. The club decided not to press charges, but the incident was widely reported in the tabloids. Disick, who has had a long history of alcohol-related incidents and reckless behavior, later issued an apology. The incident was just one of many controversies that have surrounded Disick during his time in the public eye, but it was quickly overshadowed by other events in his tumultuous personal life. These stories of celebrity theft show that fame and fortune don't always shield people from making poor choices. From petty shoplifting to high-profile thefts, these incidents reveal a surprising side of the rich and famous. Some of these celebrities manage to avoid major consequences, while others saw their actions seriously affect their careers and reputations. Ultimately, each of these stories serves as a reminder that no one is above the law, and even the wealthiest stars can find themselves facing legal repercussions when they break the rules.